Just a bunch of poor boys, daddy's girls, children of the cornfield, trying to turn a shift job into a dollar bill. We wear the muddy boots, stay true to how we're raised. Ain't nothing about us fake. You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long. Bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight. Straight out of moonlight. Yeah. Just a bunch of John Deere junkies getting funky to some old hang. Nothing been stuck in the mud that we can't hook up to a rusty chain in the sun or in the rain. Yeah, it's the kind of thing. You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long. Bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight. Straight out of moonlight. Woo! You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long. Bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight. Straight out of moonlight.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we'll see one of the more dangerous passing offenses. The Redskins are top 10 in passing TDs, and they go up against the Eagles defense that will need to be on its game. With that, let's get up to FedEx Field. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. And this kick goes out of bounds, and that's obviously why the flag comes out here.
And now you can see the defense greeting the kicker as they go out to play. The starting field position for the offense is excellent, puts a lot more pressure on the defensive guys.
Yeah, and if the kicker thinks he's lonesome, he's really lonesome after a play like this.
Yeah, he better hope that he's lonesome because who's ever standing next to him is probably on the defensive side, and they're none too happy.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. This is intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Preston Smith able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard. And the back goes into motion. From midfield, here's Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's unable to grab it. thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he connects with Ertz. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. So opening drive, 3rd down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and it's 3rd and 4. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Wentz now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. First down, a run with Smallwood. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Trey Burton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Meet your starters, Matt Jones. What do you have to say, Charlie? And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So on 4th down, the Redskins will call on Tress Way to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Defense showing blitz.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
Wentz now on first down. Ertz has it left side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 6 there on first.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his third catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. On second down, here's Wentz. He's going to let this one go deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball, meaning a 50-50? The ball's in the air, defender's there, receiver's there. Who's going to make a play on the football? And in this case, the defensive guys actually got it done and knocked it away. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They do go for it. It's Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And now look at him go. And he'll be marked down deep in Washington territory. It's a big play there on 4th and inches. 51 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Tackle made that time by Chris Baker.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Going right back to Smallwood. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So now on 4th down, the Eagles will hand things over to their field goal kicker, and that's Caleb Sturgis. This a 33-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. On the return, here's Dree Archer. And an alley to run. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. Dree Archer, an even 90 yards. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
The defense won that play so fast, and I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and that brings up 4th down.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, if they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Reed with it over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. So completion on 2nd down, that brings up 3rd. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11.
Watch him now, Barney, Barney. All right, here we go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Garcon, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nolan Carroll. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
All right, here now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go with another carry for the rookie Smallwood. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? And almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Throwing now is Wentz. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Touchdown, Washington. Corey Grant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Smallwood as they begin on the ground. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Second down following the run.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Archer. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Leopard! Here we go now!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Let's go! Detroit!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before you secured it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I know it's the first half, but it's still hard to curb the enthusiasm for that stop. 3rd and 1, and the offense can't get there. The defensive team has got to feel very good about themselves. Great job out-leveraging the offense.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break.
Here we go now!
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Touchdown, Washington! Corey Grant with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's got his man on the out route. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. This one complete left side to Green Beckham. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. To throw is Wentz. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now, Wentz again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. Third down here.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Wentz to throw again. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on fourth. It's a sneak. It's Wentz. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go. Green, 30.
They run Smallwood. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On second down, here's Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. Complete on the right side to Green Beckham. They practiced this all week. Pretty clear it paid off there. Threw it downfield, made it look relatively easy.
And it always comes a little bit easier when you've practiced it and tuned things up and you're confident in what you're doing now. They felt very, very good about their plan, and we saw the execution because the confidence of the players was there.
Let's go. Boom, like that, Philly. Here we go.
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. And this seemingly endless drive continues.
Hurry up, here we go. Detroit, Detroit.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice game. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
A big play that time on the catch and run. 38 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Wentz now to throw. This one complete left side to Green Beckham. It's a pickup of 14 there, and it'll be a Philadelphia first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here we go now.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now. Party. Hurry up. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. Landed.
On 2nd down, Smallwood. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Wendell Smallwood with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go now.
Back to throw now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So 2nd and 10 here.
Set. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Set. 3-19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Here we go now. Blue landing. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Over. Hurry up. Here we go. Blue landing. Blue. Over. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Set. Green.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Deshaun Jackson scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Redskins are going to take the lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran corner, D'Angelo Hall. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Good. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll run it now out of the gun. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
Hurry up, here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. So roughing the passer, 15-yard penalty.
And you notice how the offensive line responded. A couple went to check on the quarterback, and a couple went to the guy who hit the quarterback. No one likes to see their quarterback hit.
On 1st down, Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here. Now Wentz. This will be caught inside the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Patriot, here we go now. 319. Leopard. Leopard. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
The play clock's running down. To throw, it's Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So out now come the Redskins. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run.
All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Here's Tressway now, standing just outside his own goal line. back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the fourth. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll go with a keeper. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down.
So is there a place on the scoreboard for guts? Because they've got to get extra for that one. Picked up the first down, but that's an extremely risky call that deep in their own territory.
Yeah, where do you think is safe? You got to be across midfield, right?
I would think so. I mean, that's where safe is the right word. Across midfield does that if you're a little bit more of a gambler, depending on situation. But this one, backed up this far, that was risky.
Hey, sneak work. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Hurry up, here we go. Green. Gun. Watch him now, Barney. Hurry up, here we go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. He was looking for Dorial Green-Beckham, and it's second down. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Back to the air on second down. Wentz. Ertz has it left side. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end. Take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the... And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Over. All right, here we go. Green.
The slot man in motion right.
39. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And able to complete it to Green-Beckham. Call it an even 20 yards on the pickup. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. In the red zone this time. And the D looking like they may blitz.
All right, here we go.
They'll try to run it with Morris. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Alfred Morris, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Watch him now, Barney. Over. Set. Green.
Now a handoff looking right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's third down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now. Blue landed. Gone. Now let's go. 3-19.
Out of the gun now on third down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, gave up a score last time. What adjustment?
Oh, no, he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Let's be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out, and he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
3-19. Watch him now, Barney. Over. Leopard. Blue landed. Gone.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's brought in by Dodson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for the first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Fresh set of downs here.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second down, 9 yards to go.
Now let's go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. So still in search of the first down after that last completion.
No. Check. Detroit. Set. No. Check. Patriot.
third down. He'll drop to throw. Jordan Reed has it. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. And the yellow flag hurts this offense, and now they face a tough third down. They come out here in the I. They come out with one back and three tight ends. They'll try and sneak it here. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now they'll run it on the toss. They find some open field here. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Washington. Corey Graham, his third touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his third so far. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity?
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
He's back to throw, and that is incomplete. And they're definitely showing blitz here.
Over. All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And he motions the wide receiver. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Redskins, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Redskins as we say so long from FedEx Field.